America. You and I were talking about how 4 out of the top 8 have probably the lowest in terms of representation and ranked ladder. Vivi, Dusk, what else we got over there? Zariel. And Lin Fei. You don't see these characters anywhere. We have character specialists galore, and Sandstorm was the Mordex character specialist for a while, and Impala only recently switching over to this Koji from Kaya as he's looking for that high dex bow and looking for a little bit more power behind his signature. So here we go into game number 1 on Small World's End, Sandstorm versus Impala.
It's a very interesting difference, I think, in winners finals comparison to what we have in elimination side semis. Very high-paced legends. We got Koji really pushing forward here as Impala has been playing with the sword, very stacked, very on top of his business as he takes the first stock with that signature.
Yeah, nice job being able to hit with that neutral signature. Sandstorm doing a wake-up gravity cancel D-light, looking for a jump, and Impala holding his ground. In general, I think that when it comes to the sword, neutral sig will probably be his bread and butter, and then when he's over on bow, down sig will be what he's looking for, because he has such a play style where he likes to punish people landing on him and being stacked. Right, side light and a neutral light coming through. Down sig gonna just spike him though. Can he make it back? No. Weapon throw gets that recovery, and we're right back to 2-2.
Yeah, Sandstorm keeping up with the tempo so far, but Impala really driving forward with this sword, and I really do appreciate this kind of change of pace from our previous set in Radish. These two players are just locked and loaded and ready to get into this one as Sandstorm goes high there, almost getting the recovery. If you find a recovery there, that's a KO. You have to be very careful on Small World's End for that reason exactly.
Yeah, and then he didn't get the downlight on the way back. Ooh, D-light there, side air getting 3 hits there instead of 2. Impala now using his dash stance to try to get Sandstorm to come through, wall slip activating, and both players missed their first attack with a Daryl, sent Sandstorm right back off the side of the stage. He can't figure out how to make it back. Dodges through the down sig, reverses the situation. Impala stares right back to the middle of the stage. Who's going to take the first stock here? Impala just needs a good downlight. I mean, just a Sair recovery would be fine here too.
Just looking for that downlight or the finisher. The side air does come in, the weapon toss off the dash jump. Too much momentum there. Sandstorm getting the end light into the weapon toss, and there it is. GC downlight into the neutral, heavy on the unarmed.
Yeah, a little overkill there, but he manages to make it work. And now not too damaged. Sandstorm hits him away with a nair. Gauntlets picked up. Sidelight recovery. That's it. Okay, that's going to be the stock. And I'm constantly reminded how low the ceiling is here on World's End.
Yeah, you saw Sandstorm immediately going for sidelight recovery after Impala tried a GC downlight to get back to center stage. Very smart choice from Sandstorm, realizing, hey, this is my moment to get the confirmed KO. I'm going to take it, and these two players are going to be so on top of moments like that.
Sidelight hits. Goes for weapon throw, gauntlet pick up, there afterwards, down, taking a low damage, goes for gravity cancel D-light, maybe looking for like a recovery or a dodge up. Either way, Impala manages to make it back and takes the damage lead again. Oh, it's so close here, PJ.
Really, really tough as Sandstorm throws away his gauntlets, and Impala does the same, throwing away his bow, and the Haymaker comes in trying to disrupt Sandstorm's Scythe game plan, which is very aerial-based so far, hovering right above that short hop height and just kind of holding on. Impala getting hit by the end light into recovery, has to recover, avoids the downlight, so clutch.
Yeah, now Impala center stage, falls with Sair. All right, it's a one-hit game either way. Down air connects, Sandstorm goes underneath the stage, but can't recover underneath it, and Impala favors the weapon over the edge guard. Doesn't want to fight against the Scythe unarmed. Sandstorm gets the downlight. That's going to be game 1. And even the Brawlhalla announcer there, giving off a sigh of relief, because Sandstorm was touching the blast zone, underneath the stage, couldn't recover underneath. I think the pivotal moment there for me was when Impala went for a weapon over wanting to fight Sandstorm unarmed. And I think it's hard to make that call in the moment. We're going to see that here in this replay. There's that sidelight recovery, knocking out as soon as possible. Yeah, he ends up just getting right back, gets to the edge guard, and we saw like, what, 3 of those downlights with over the duration of game 1, and then the final one managed to connect. But Sandstorm was looking for those all game.
It's interesting because, as you were highlighting, like foregoing the edge guard there, I feel like on sword, when you have someone that low down beneath the wall, you have to go for moments like that. You have to go for something, and a little bit more scary than just a weapon toss. Because I think the weapon toss, it just took too long. You get back on the stage, and then now Sandstorm's able to get back comfortably. I feel like you got to keep the pressure up there. But it's easier said than done versus Sandstorm on the Scythe. The reversals are a very real threat.
Yeah, and we're just going to have to see how game 2 plays out, because that was last hit, last stock, and I expect that trend to continue between these two players. Impala's going into game number 2, back to World's End. Sandstorm on the gauntlets, Impala looking for a sword, picks it up. What's he got here? Goes over one end light, and Sandstorm with a perfectly spaced down light. Gets so much damage in there. And the Sair, another whiff, down light, side light. Goes for gravity cancel side light, and just barely stopped by the down air, but this is all Sandstorm in stock number 1.
so good at bursting into Impala's range and just covering when Impala tries to take to the sky for some reprieve. No soft platform to hide above.
Oh, neutral light. Anything else? Oh, he gets nared. I thought Sandstorm was going to take him to the side of the stage, but no, just goes for the sider instead. Opts for the edge guard. Intelligent play from Sandstorm there. It's always interesting to me to watch when he decides to, like, okay, even though this might lead to a combo, I'd rather just have the edge guard because that's where I'm confident right now. And he chose to send him off stage with the nair so that he could get the Sarah knockout.
Such an important decision to make in the moment, and nice little catch there, the down air off the bouncing Sandstorm off the wall, then using the weapon toss as well to tap in that
Which he
KO.
also bounced off the wall.
That was sick.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice because I feel like Sandstorm reacted to the weapon throw with a spot dodge, and then it was like, nope, that's going to be coming there a few frames later, and Sandstorm ends up going down, and Paulo narrowly avoids the ground pound. If Sandstorm didn't pivot the ground pound, I think that would have hit. He was trying to cover Impala fading towards the stage. Downsig just whiffs as well. Now Impala looking for a landing coverage with that sidelight. Spot dodge is in place. Sandstorm trying to get some sort of reaction out of Impala, and he's not biting, but all the damage is going over to Sandstorm this entire second stock.
Really tough, and a lot of really good movement from Sandstorm to remain stacked on top of Impala versus the bow. Right now having the scythe to Impala as he's trying to get back, but the GC downlight on the unarmed using the weapon toss to cover options and force Impala to stay right there and taps in that KO.
Oh, and that ground pound even felt a little late when it connected.
Yeah.
But I think Impala's dodge was long gone, and he just could not drift out of the way in time. And like Nair sends Impala up towards the top of the stage. Impala looking for an edge guard here, goes for D-light side air, down air, can send Sandstorm low enough. Okay, gets a stuff recovery, has to force the weapon throw, doesn't go for the ground pound afterwards, and Sandstorm makes it back, but he's unarmed, does kick him out of the way, picks up a fresh scythe, and now he's getting more damage on here as he's trying to take the lead in game 2.
And Paul has been opting to go for down like down air, side air for more, but the down sig comes in and you have to be ready for that burst option.
It's funny because like Koji down sig is like the one, I feel like a lot of legends have that one signature where they're just kind of like, yeah, that's a for fun move.
Yeah.
And the Koji down sig, besides as a recovery tool, I rarely ever see that used to snipe somebody out on the edge of the stage, but that just completely caught Sandstorm off guard. And like dodged out of the way. Sandstorm with down sig here on Gauntlets, that would just knock out. I mean, he's also got solid recovery. There's just so many options Vortex has on Small World's End.
Okay, the downer from Impala running back to the center, but has to give the corner, or take the corner once again as Sandstorm is just throwing out these hitboxes, gets the jet, or gets the end light into the recovery very, very late, but it still found a connection, and that's Sandstorm taking another game.
Yeah, Sandstorm going down there, Sandstorm taking the game at number 2 over Impala. Really well played so far. I wonder if Impala's going to be leaving open World's End. I imagine he will be. It just seems to be like every few tournaments there tends to be a stage where everybody's just like gentlemaning to and just going to over and over again. And right now it feels like that's World's End. Sometimes it's Apocalypse, sometimes it's Fortress of Lions. But so far everybody just wants to play on the stage where I guess you get knocked out in orange. And here we go into game number 3. No changes from Impala and Sandstorm. I think these have been their locked-in mains for the better part of 2024.
Yep.
Sandstorm hasn't experimented with Greatsword or Arcadia that much ever since. He's just been like, yep, I feel like Vortex is the character that I want to play for the rest of the year. And Impala has been on Koji for a good few events now. So let's see if Impala is able to bring this back. With one more win, and Sandstorm goes in the grands.
I like this movement from Sandstorm once again, really highlighting the gauntlets into the sword, but I mean, it's so easy to kind of forget that Impala is just so willing to start hitting buttons as soon as Sandstorm gets in his face. It's very different than the bow. Sword can fight stacked, and Impala will do it very well. Yeah,
the one thing that I haven't seen a lot from Impala's bow, wait, edge guard here. Weapon throw, gets the dive kick, chase dodges all the way up, goes to the down stick. I was about to talk about how Koji's bow signature kit is what I thought Impala was going to be leveraging in this game against Sandstorm. I've seen no side sig snipes. I've seen no neutral sig snipes of Sandstorm's landings, and I have not seen any down sig knockouts. And Sandstorm turns that edge guard super damaged into his favor and takes the lead in game number 3.
Yeah, we need to see something from Impala to force this game for us. Sandstorm has a scythe in hand and has control of the weapon, catches the jump or the dash jump to try to pick up the weapon with his scythe down air, and man, this is a spot you don't want to be. Sandstorm, one of the best players, had weapon starving in the entire game.
Yeah, unarmed Sair, that's not going to knock out, and now he throws his weapon away. So Impala now unarmed against Sandstorm, looking for a sidelight. I don't even think that would knock out. Oh, Impala, neutral light, not knocking out from center stage. Choosing to go at it with the sword. You're going to throw this weapon away too? Let's see what Sandstorm can do. Gets all the way around him. Oh, that extra credit, so brutal. Finally finds the falling there to take out the stock. And even after all that, Impala's not that damaged. But I can start to see the stress from Impala's playstyle, like throwing the weapon away, going for all these unarmed attacks, just trying to get the stock over with, and Sandstorm managing to get through.
Yeah, this is not the matchup you want to see if you're Impala. This Scythe has been picking apart the bow. Yeah, Impala trying to demand respect with that Nair. Gets the recovery on Sandstorm, getting too close with that Sig, but the recovery sends off stage once again, and okay, good dodge on the downlight.
Yeah, Sandstorm has been using that downlight to cover almost all of Impala's recoveries. That side light just dipping a little too far down. Didn't expect the weapon throw to hit, so he didn't go for the recovery afterwards, but Sandstorm with that pummel takes the bow out of his hands. Impala now has to find a new weapon. Weapon throw all the way up, gravity cancel side light to make it back, and Sandstorm just takes it down with an uppercut.
And Sandstorm incorporating the unarmed as well when stacked on top of Impala. Impala trying to push the issue when Sandstorm's unarmed. It doesn't work. That GC downlight will be so good at comboing into those KO options, even on unarmed.
Yeah, let's see. Can Impala bring this back? The sword has been doing the best, which is not what I was expecting to say, considering how much of a bow main Impala was when playing on the Kaya, but Sandstorm just seems unstoppable. Gauntlet's picked up, side air, weapon throw, one more weapon throw, ground pound, anything? No, Sandstorm makes it back. Impala's got to get this edge guard right now, and Sandstorm makes it all the way back to center stage, gets the down air, tries to for the second one, gravity cancel D-light. I like the idea. He gets punished for it, but if that connected, chase dodge recovery was on the field, chase dodge nair was on the field to lead to an edge guard, he could have gotten so much.
Yeah, Sandstorm has been hitting, I feel like, a majority of GC downlights on gauntlets, and it's really good at catching Impala, trying to either cross up or get away, covering landings very, very well.
Now side light. Anything after that? Dare back to the stage. Dare again. Oh, Impala is now one hit away. I think Sandstorm's about to take this 3-0, PJ. Is that going to be it? Weapon throw dodge. Can Impala make it back? D-light, ground pound, Sandstorm with the quick 3-0 over Impala and gets into winner's side of grand finals here at the Trial of Skuld.
I was going to say at the beginning of the block that it feels like EU and South America have that one player that everyone's like, okay, no one's on the same level as, and I wonder if this is Sandstorm trying to assume that role once again.
Yeah, it's been a while since North America had somebody